Is Bradley Cooper's prosthetic Leonard Bernstein nose problematic?
By the way,
what do you think of Jew face?
Oh yeah, Jew face. They can't call it black face or brown face. They'll do brown face even if you do the button up the top button, leave the rest undone.
Right.
Cholo parties. They got the guy who ran Bon Appetit on that one.
Oh really?
Yeah, like we've discovered brown face. He was like, no, I was at a Cholo party in L.A.
Oh my god!
He goes, by the way, you didn't discover it. It was on my own Instagram.
The Cholos invited me also.
It was a normal thing. It was a normal thing. But they call it brown face. You can't. What are you going to call it for Jews? You can't call it Jew face. That sounds horrible.
They do in the article.
Jew face?
That's what it's called.
They're done. They're done.
Yeah, that's become the accepted terminology. Though.
Jew face. I'd call it green face.
I mean, I've used the term
green face.
Yeah. I've used the term Jew face about Jews.
Really?
But it's not in a kind way.
He's got a Jew face.
Yeah, I mean, like she's got a Jew face.
Yeah, exactly.
Negative. You know, like you could spot. Like there's pretty easy to spot sometimes. You're like that person 100% Jewish.
Very easy to spot.
Yeah,
and stay away from. They're hiding behind a veil of shekels.
Dude, that's the idea. Yeah, I was loving the idea.
They're mad at him for putting on a prosthetic to look more Jewish.
Well, also,
but he's playing.
The guy looked like that.
Right. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's every one of these stories is just about this tiny 1% of people who are trying to be part of a story, and then everyone's commenting on them. When the reality is, the story is mostly no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, he was telling me Sarah Silverman's in the movie.
Yeah, she was the original Jew face person. She was the one who said like Jews need to be playing Jews. I think it was when the Scarlett Johansson thing was popping off, and she came out and she's like, Jews need to play.
All your principles go out the door once Bradley Cooper wants you to co-star in a movie.
And then she's in this movie.
What's
she was talking about how like how representation.
What's Scarlett Johansson?
With Scarlett Johansson with the movie where she was supposed to play a trans person, and then she's like, I'm an actor, like I'll play whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then they were like, fuck you, you're not allowed to do this, and they took it away from her, and then. I believe that's what the movie was. And at the time, Sarah Silverman was like, it's like the representation should go for everybody. So Jews should play Jews instead of doing this Jew face thing. And then
historical figures should be played by historical figures.
Yeah, I mean,
so pull them out. Weekend
like
at Bernie's every movie.
The dude who played Stephen Hawking should be an actual guy in a wheelchair who can't speak.
Wait, shouldn't he also be a smart person?
Yeah, of course.
Which means
has to be everything.
Actor can't do it.
Yeah.
They're all trash dummies.
Forrest Gump should have actually been a guy with a 65 IQ.
Uh-huh.
Well, they have,
but she's in the movie now.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It always hits back on them.
Oh, of course, because you're like make all these things.
It's a
what are you
standard
gonna do?
that no one can like sustain. Yeah. Oh, it's so great.
But Jew face is pretty funny though, because it is. You go, he's playing a Jew. The guy has not every Jew looks like that, but you go, this guy does have a pretty big nose.
Yeah.
And Bradley Cooper's directing the film. It's his film, and he wants to play the role.
Can we get fucking what's his name from Becky You Got Back? Whatever.
Mr. Mix-a-Lot?
Mr. Mix-a-Lot. He had a big fucking Jew nose.
Yeah, he did.
Let's dig him up and cancel him. Remix that video.
I do get from like a directing point, if you go, hey, if you're casting, it's like you need Bradley Cooper this bad. You go, why don't we just actually find someone that look like the person? That does seem like
because
the move.
They can't sell tickets.
But
it's not just based on
and also
looks. It's
he's
like this
the
is the
producer.
business.
Like he wanted to make it.
Yeah. Oh. Also, it's like imagine doing like a Jay Leno biopic, and then you're having like an actual conversation of like, do we do the chin or no? Like, yeah, we do the chin.
Yeah, we do
the chin.
But then the reality is, then you end up getting a shit like Top Gun, where they can't even name a country, so they have to go, the enemy is attacking us, because they're so worried about backlash that it takes you out of the movie. Yeah, the enemy. The enemy is supplying uranium to other enemies that will attack our allies.
What happened if you go with Russia?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You go with Russia's literally just a...
You don't go with China, because then they won't play your movie.
Yeah.
Right, so you can't do that.
China's out as far as... and there's a racial component, so no one's happy.
Yeah, you lose quadruple your fucking box office.
Norway.
North Korea. No one's upset at that. North Korea, human rights violations. No one's from there.
Yeah. Dude, although there was that movie, the North Korean movie, the one with Seth Rogen that they got.
Yeah, and they attacked us over it.
Yeah, they attacked us over it. They literally did a cyber attack.
But that is sort of the move though for China, to just be like, yo, you can't, like no one can make fun of them now because they basically the way that they set it up. They go,
we have to shoot stuff here, and you can't make fun of them.
Fellas, this is the New Clips channel. Right now, we're at 3K. Hit us with a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Very much appreciated. Let's get to 5K at the very least. All right. Thank you. Peace.